So I went to Megacon today. I went for Megacon for a whole day and got some books, got a DVD, well, DVDs I should say. Before we get into that though, I want to talk about the day I had there. First off, man, it was so packed. Like, there were so many cars there. I literally got out of the car and walked a mile and a half just to get there. The traffic was so freaking bad there. Because at the same time, there was like a cheer camp thing going on, and college basketball was going on at the same time. Yeah. So all those three things put together, yeah, there's some major traffic there, and I was just like, screw it. So got out of the car, walked the rest of the way, and God, man, it was crowded. Man, you could not walk there. But however, I will say this. I'll say this right now. The people, at least the people I met, the people I was getting through in the crowds, there was not a single rude person I encountered. Not a single person was like, "Move it, prick," or saying bad shit like that. Like I went with my cousin, and we met up with my friend King Justin, who most of you guys would know as King Heavy Meta, and he got some cool shit too. But yeah, as far as I know, I can't speak for everybody. But as everyone I came across with, everyone was very polite as we were going through the crowds, which were big crowds. I mean, they were overpacked with people. Yeah, so it was a chore, and just to get through people, it took about 10 minutes to go through the lines. It took a long ass time to get through all these people, and I was shit. It was tough, guys. You don't know, it was tough. Also got to meet Chuck Dixon. Most of you guys would know him as a writer for G.I. Joe, Punisher, did a few crossovers in his time. We actually got to talking. We actually talked about some things. What was really cool was that he's so nice, and no one was there. He was such a nice guy. And yeah, we talked for about 5 minutes, and I asked him this question. Since he was such a crossover guy, I asked him up front, why don't you think we haven't gotten a comic book and manga crossover with all these characters? And he basically explained how the real logistics of crossovers work. And he said it has to be that something has to gain from one person. With most of these crossovers, that there has to be a gain for both. So you look at most of the Eastern companies, like with most of the Eastern manga groups, they're usually like, well, our stuff sells pretty well. Why do we need your help? Although that he's paraphrasing here, I don't think they really say that, but their profits are really good, so they've never really had that idea. He also told me his dream crossover, by the way. His dream crossover Chuck Dixon wants to write is a Batman Dick Tracy crossover, which I was like, oh, that is so cool. Batman and Dick Tracy. Oh, that is so awesome. And it works so well. And Dynamite's picking up all those Kingfisher characters, so who knows? Just saying. So hopefully, when that crossover comes out, hopefully Dixon can get that. But he gave me some very good advice, some interesting advice for a writer. He told me, if you don't have enough money to do your own, to pay like an artist and whatnot, go with novels. Novels are easier to publish, and you can have total creator control over them. Kind of like with comics, but there is some editing going on. But with most novels, you can decide what to edit, and the publisher just goes along. For the most part, publishers go along with it. And he's actually getting into a lot of... Apparently, Dixon is getting into a lot of big novel stuff. So he gave me some really good advice, and maybe I'll do some novels instead of try to go with comics. And, when novels go well, I'll go into comics. So he was very nice. I really appreciate hanging out with Chuck Dixon. No one was around talking to him. He was just kind of sitting there. I did want to see Mark Waid. I did really want to see Mark Waid, but he wasn't. I couldn't find him. My friend Justin got a MLP poster signed by Amanda Connor, which she did. She was very nice too. Also got to see George. I also got to see George Perez. Didn't get anything signed from him. And when I say see, I mean, hey, look, there's George Perez over there, and because the line was so goddamn long. And I forgot to bring my book of the graphic novel, the Teen Titans graphic novel called Teen Titans Games he did with Marv Wolfman. So, yeah, I completely messed up on that. Also got to hang out with, what else did I get? I mean, what else did I see there? Everyone was very nice. The thing is that there's some very expensive stuff there, and really hard to find shit everywhere. But there's like bootleg DVDs everywhere. You got official cuts, you got rough cuts, you got homemade pornos. I'm not kidding. There's one because me and my cousin were so childish. We found one called Flesh Gordon, and both of us were like, "We'll just buy that and laugh at it." Yes, Flesh Gordon, the Flash Gordon porno, and I was damn near close to buying it just for shits and giggles. I'm that immature, people, sometimes. But yeah, also, Justin got some really cool shit. I wish he were here, but he's kind of busy right now, so I just was like, eh. But he got some really cool shit, too. Like, he bought I can't remember what he bought, but he bought, like, an MLP poster, like I said, that was done with artwork by Amanda Connor. He also got that signed. And he also got this poster. I can't remember what it was. It was Panty and Stocking poster. Also got a over $200 BlackRock shooter figurine. Like, this was like final form BlackRock shooter, insane form, and it was like $200. This was like die-cast shit. Like, this was imported and everything. And yeah, Justin bought that, and also he got the this cool steampunk mask as well as cap and goggles, which were custom built for him. And I thought that was so cool. He had like these goggles that made him look like steampunk Deadshot, and I was like, oh, that is so freaking cool. It was funny too, like with the two of us standing there as he's looking through the mirror and looking through all these hats and stuff, and it's hilarious too because it was like steampunk version of Queer Eye for the Straight Guys, like both of us looking at these cool steampunk hats and goggles and stuff. It was like, oh, I look fabulous. Again, we're very immature people, guys. We're very immature people. My cousin got a Dragon Ball Z Scouter. He also got a Lucha Libre mask, like a legit Lucha Libre mask. And that's about... I know he got some other stuff, but I can't remember what. But those are the two biggest things he blew his money on, for the most part. Which I thought was pretty cool. And now he'll be wearing that all the time, because like me, he's a little more immature than I am, but yeah. Yeah, this is also... Oh, another thing Justin got was an actual die-cast sword, an actual, like, real steel sword of a steel sword replica of Ichigo's Reaper sword, like, hollow sword. I can't remember what it's called, like the unreleased blade, Ichigo's unreleased blade from Bleach. He wanted Kenpachi's sword because his favorite character is Kenpachi Zaraki, but they ran out of it. And I'm telling guys, those swords were like freaking cheap. Like there was one sword I was looking at, like Sora's Hollow Bastion Keyblade. Dude, that was like $20. I wish I had enough money to buy that. Like I would buy that Keyblade sword. Like it was legit steel too. There was also like this $20 Orc blade. Like this is, keep in mind guys, this is like metal, these are metal swords. Like if you stab somebody, they'll kill you. And these are like, compared to like a lot of stuff, this is cheap. Those swords were cheaper than some of the artwork on the, I saw at the Artist Alley. Like they were going for like $100 close with some of these artworks, but these swords, I mean, yeah, I know they're not like, they're not made like with pure metal, but they are metal. It's kind of weird to explain, but they were they were very cheap. So he got Ichigo's released sword, very kick-ass. Yeah, it was pretty cool. He got some Justin got some cool stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about what I got finally, because I'm pretty sure you guys want to know what I got. About 12 things in total. 12 things in total. 11 comics and 1 DVD collection, and I'll talk about that. So first and foremost, 5 issues of Marvel Team Up. I love Marvel Team Up. I always look for these when they go because I love these little fun short stories of Spider-Man or whoever teaming up. So the issues I got were Spider-Man and Captain Britain issue 66. Yeah, this is the first appearance of Arcade, who most of you guys would know as a big pretty good Marvel villain. So this is his first appearance. Then it's another one is issue 112. I don't have them in order, so forgive me. Following that is Spider-Man and King Kull. Most of you guys is like Kull the Conqueror or whatever. After that, it's Spider-Man and Werewolf by Night. And then it's Hulk and Kazar. And on the cover, it's literally Hulk and Kazar fighting dinosaurs and MODOK. You guys don't... For those who don't know, I'm a big fan of MODOK, so I was like, oh, hell yeah, MODOK fighting Hulk and Kazar against dinosaurs. Oh, that's so cool. And then, finally, is a team-up between Spider-Man and Ant-Man fighting Taskmaster. So yeah, those are the Marvel team-ups. I was going to get more, because they were literally like $1 a piece. So, but I was like, I want to save my money for other stuff. So I only got about 5 comics, and yeah, the search continues for the other Spider-Man team-ups. So let's get into the trades I got. I got about 4 Marvel trades, 1 DC trade, and 1 Dark Horse trade. So first and foremost, I got the first 2 volumes of Mark Waid's Indestructible Hulk. This was so cool. The Hulk is probably my favorite character in comics, and Mark Waid's my favorite writer. So this has been something I wanted to get, and I got this for literally $18, which is a hell of a lot cheaper than I would have spent at like a bookstore or something. So yeah, $18 whole for both trades. Yeah, I was very interested because it's kind of bad too because I didn't have a lot of money going in there because it's like $30 to get in. I didn't have enough money to begin with, so I had to use my money sparingly because it sucks too because I was damn near close getting the first 2 volumes of Rip Remender's Captain America, which is the whole Escape from Dimension Z story, and I really want to read that. But no, $18 for 2 Hulk trades written by Mark Waid. I'll take that. Speaking of Captain America, I got another one. The rest of these were about $5, or literally $5 trades. Following that is Captain America: Hail Hydra, written by Jonathan Mayberry. This is something I've always wanted to read. I don't know, it's just Jonathan Mayberry. I like his work when he did Marvel stuff, and I'm really because this came out when the whole Captain America hype for the movie thing came out, and this is one thing I wanted to read out of all of them. So, Captain America: Hail Hydra. Following that, the last Marvel trade is The Thing Freak Show, written by Jeff Johns. This was a time period when Jeff Johns was leaving Marvel and doing more DC stuff with artwork by Scott Collins. So you literally have a DC team working on a Marvel character, and Ben Grimm is one of my favorite Marvel characters, period. He's one of my favorite Marvel heroes. He's my favorite member of the Fantastic Four. So, yeah, Jeff Johns writing one of my favorite characters in Marvel, not just my favorite character on the Fantastic Four. Yeah, I'll read that. With artwork by Scott Collins, hell yeah. Now moving on to Dark Horse. The Goon, Nothing by Misery, done by Eric Powell. Now, I do have Volume 0, Rough Stuff, but now I have Volume 1. And for $5, yeah, I'm really interested in this. I've always wanted to read more Goon. I've always wanted to read more of the Goon. I know what he is, I know what he's capable of, but I want to read more of the Goon. So, yeah, I was really happy I found this. And finally, for trades is JLA Justice for All, which was part of the Grant Morrison JLA run, which I love. I love Grant Morrison's Justice League of America run. This is one big trade covering a lot of stories. I'm really happy I got this. I want to get more, but again, gotta use my money sparingly. So yeah, money constraints. So that was all the trades. Now moving on to the last thing I got from Megacon, and this is probably my most expensive thing. I got the entire DVD collection of Tenchi Universe. I'm so happy. You guys don't know. I'm so freaking happy of getting For those who don't know, I'm a big fan of Tenchi Muyo, and I was so happy that I got all of... And Tenchi Universe is my favorite of the Tenchi continuities. So, Tenchi Universe, I was so happy I got Tenchi Universe finally all collected in one DVD collection. So now I have that, and Tenchi Muyo Ryo Oki. Yeah, it's weird too, because I don't really like War on Geminar. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know why. I just can't get into it. I'm sorry. But, yeah, so that was my haul for Megacon. Despite everything, despite the headaches and running around looking for people and, you know, a few other things, all in all, didn't have that bad of a time, in my opinion. I didn't have that bad of a time, but I only could stay for one day, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's the problem. Anyway, guys, once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, I am out of here.